Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics, but there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. A Big Ten showdown is coming, conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Illinois Fighting Illini taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Sanders. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Illinois' offense will get the first crack at it here. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Finds his man, it's Dixon. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go to work in the air on second down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. Oh, he's got some space. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They'll try the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Fires one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Illinois.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Washington's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go right back to it. Looks as if Illinois will have enough for the first down. Illinois experienced a resurgence under Brett Bielema a year ago. He's been at 3 different power programs, but this was his best season in more than a decade, guys.
And it seems like Bielema's got a recipe to win, and it's usually ground and pound. But how about this offense with Luke Altmaier at quarterback last year? Through the air, they became good and proficient and started to change the identity of Illinois, and had a great season and finished with a big bowl win against South Carolina.
So a big key then is Luke Altmaier and taking that next step this year, too, to really help out this offense, be more explosive and win games maybe some different ways, not always have to rely on running the football and playing great defense.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Altmaier. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. That's the end of the period. It's Illinois with the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Running back searching for a hole. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Looking downfield on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He leaves it with his back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Williams looking for a man. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
The Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes, and well, it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. Caught over the middle. It's Boston. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And the Huskies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, the TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. You're probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Big fella moving. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the catch. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. The field goal is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. Pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock.
He'll off one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pulled and fired complete. There he goes. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Motion from the wide receiver. Williams will pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Back to pass on second down. He'll try to do it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available, scramble, give me an easy first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Wants to go up top. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Williams looking for a man. He makes the grab. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense.
Touchdown, Washington! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Navy put together a very impressive showing in one of the more complete victories we've seen from the midshipmen in some time. Anchors away indeed for the boys from Annapolis. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Back to pass. Flips it out in the flat. Breaks into the open.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Here's the return. Makes a move. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the ground with the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Williams will pass. Pulls it in. It's Boston. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Finds him out of the backfield. Turning it on. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Direct snap. Got room to work. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
And I think that's That's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Pushes ahead. Touchdown, Husky. Great job by the back on the option. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Altmaier. Quick completion on the out. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Clement. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going to take a shot. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes. there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. Got it in the middle. It's Dixon. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Scanning the field, it's Altmaier. A strike downfield. He's brought down the one to play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Wants to keep it in the air. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So a drive there of 85 yards. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go with a direct snap. Powers through the defender. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to run for it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Washington coming to the line with another first down. The give as they work on that clock. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's got it on the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. On the run, it's Coleman. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Washington trying to finish the deal and run out the clock. Caught in the backfield, it's Lawson. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got...
Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Defense not showing press coverage. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air. It's Altmaier. Here's the pressure. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one is gone. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack